On March 15, 2024, Jennifer DeStefano answered her phone during a routine afternoon in Phoenix, Arizona. What she heard would shatter her entire existence. Her daughter's voice, unmistakable and drowning in terror, screamed that she had been kidnapped. The voice begged, pleaded, demanded money immediately. Jennifer's heart stopped. She had never experienced such primal terror. But this was not her daughter. This was artificial intelligence. This was a scam that would expose the terrifying new frontier of synthetic media weaponized against ordinary families everywhere. The technology enabling this horror is called voice cloning, and it has fundamentally changed the nature of Siren. By analyzing just 3 seconds of someone's speech, AI systems can now reproduce their exact vocal patterns, tone, and emotional inflection with chilling accuracy. Criminals harvest these voices from social media videos, podcast appearances, or even voicemails left on answering machines. The software does the rest, generating words the real person never spoke. What once required Hollywood studios millions of dollars and weeks of recording sessions can now be accomplished by anyone with a laptop and malicious intent. The barrier to entry for this particular crime has collapsed entirely. Federal investigators at the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center received over 10,000 reports of AI voice cloning scams in 2023 alone, with victims collectively losing more than $2.7 billion. In a single case that made headlines, a Houston businessman named David O'Neill transferred $40,000 to scammers who cloned his son's voice and claimed he had been kidnapped. The money was gone within hours. The terror was very, very real. These criminal networks operate from sophisticated call centers across India, West Africa, and Eastern Europe, where they run industrial-scale operations targeting families systematically. Young people aged 18 to 25 are particularly vulnerable, with nearly 30% of college students in one survey reporting receiving scam calls using AI-cloned voices of family members. The psychological manipulation is brutal in its simplicity. Scammers find potential victims through social media, identify family members through public posts, spend roughly $30 on dark web voice cloning services, and make the call. The victim's brain, wired by millions of years of evolution to respond to a crying child, takes over. Reason disappears, love remains, money gets sent. In March 2024, deepfake audio recordings were used to spread election disinformation in Slovakia, with fabricated recordings of political candidates allegedly discussing vote manipulation going viral. In Hong Kong, a multinational corporation lost $25 million when a finance worker was tricked by a deep-faked video call with the company's CFO. The technology is advancing faster than our ability to detect it, and the legal frameworks are struggling to keep pace. The FBI estimates that only 15% of AI voice cloning scams are ever reported, and of those reported cases, less than 3% of the money is ever recovered. Jennifer DeStefano turned her trauma into action, founding an advocacy organization that pushes for mandatory authentication standards in telecommunications and works with Congress on federal AI transparency legislation that would require labeling of synthetic audio. Her daughter was never in danger. She was safe at school that day, completely unaware that her voice had been weaponized. But for every family that sent money, that trauma never fully fades. The voice they heard demanding payment is a voice that haunts them still. The best defense is also the simplest. Establish family passwords, verify any alarming call through a separate communication channel, and remember that legitimate emergencies never require immediate wire transfers or cryptocurrency. The voice on the other end of the line, no matter how perfect a replica, cannot be trusted. In the age of synthetic everything, the most dangerous sound is still the one we recognize most. If you enjoyed this story, like and subscribe. Hit the bell so you never miss the next one. Stay sharp.